I hope everybody's having an amazing day today. This is part 2 of Change Yourself and Influence the World. In order to influence the world, we have to change ourselves and work on ourselves. But we don't do it for others, we do it for us. So part 1 was building the right team around you, whether it is a team for work or a team that you just need to operate life with on a daily basis. Today, we're talking about breaking the cycle and getting out of the rut. Life has a way of creating ruts, and you've got to know how to snap yourself out of them to be functional and to be good and healthy for yourself and for those around you. Life is built in seasons and in cycles, and you have to intentionally grow in order to keep those seasons and cycles from trapping you into a life that is dull and stagnant. What we're addressing today is, how do we grow? All I can give you is what I've done, what I continually do to love living my life and not wish that I was living somebody else's. There came a point in my life where I needed to learn how to think differently. I wanted different things out of life than what I was getting, and I felt capped. I felt like I was in a rut and I couldn't push beyond where I was at. So I literally just said, okay, God, how do I think differently? What do I need to do to learn how to see things differently? How do I process differently? How do I think differently? And for me, he gave me a physical act to do, to watch, to learn by, so that I could basically create new pathways within my brain that I hadn't used before. And the way that he told, and this is going to sound stupid, but it worked and it changed my life completely. And it was something so simple. So when I asked God, how do I learn how to think differently? He told me to watch painting shows. So on our local PBS station at the time, we had Bob Ross and Jerin, and they painted, and they took a blank canvas and they just did some amazing, beautiful artwork. And they layered colors together, and they layered scenery together, and made happy little trees and happy little clouds. And they took a blank canvas and made a beautiful creation out of it. I never actually painted. It's not something that I enjoy doing. But what it did was it taught me how to see things different. It taught me how to think different. And I watched, I learned, I listened how they saw a picture within an empty canvas. And this literally taught me how to see things differently, which created new ways of thinking for me. And it worked. So ask God for yourself. What do I need to do to learn how to think differently, process differently, or not create ruts? So the second thing that I did was I began paying attention to what I was saying and what I was thinking. Naturally, I have a tendency to be critical, maybe even a little judgmental, and talking things into the ground. I thought I had to externally process everything going on in my life. I would just say, don't worry, it's okay, I'm just venting. It was toxic to me. It was toxic to my surroundings. And my husband put up with it. But yet at the same time, it just brings a negative cloud. It brought a negative cloud over me just because of words have power, and it matters what you speak, and it matters what you say. And even if you're just externally processing something, you are creating an atmosphere around you, and it can be positive, negative, healthy, toxic. So just watch what you say and how you say it and how you process things. I would say, don't worry, it's not getting in my head and my heart. I'm not getting offended. But it was. Eventually, I had to learn that one thought at a time, I didn't have to unpack everything and talk it into the ground, that I didn't have to unpack every emotion, every feeling that was on the inside of me. And don't get me wrong, I'm honest with myself. I acknowledge my feelings. I just don't let my feelings control me anymore. I control them. And I will be honest and tell you, it felt like I was going to explode on the inside while I was learning this process, because I felt like I had to voice it, but I didn't have to. It was just what I was used to doing. I had to create a new way of doing something. And this is what worked for me in order to teach me a little self-control in my life. The third thing was I learned how to not let people or circumstances dictate my mood, my thoughts, my life, my peace, my emotions, that I do not give people the permission or the authority to govern my life anymore. I respect people, I respect circumstances, and I navigate them. But my life has too much purpose to allow someone to sideline me. I don't get sidetracked from running my race to go argue up in the grandstands or to go give my opinion to somebody, and it doesn't matter. Sometimes you just have to keep your opinions to yourself, but part of growing and maturing in wisdom is knowing when to share your opinion and when not to. Sometimes sharing our opinion can make things worse, and it's not always needed. So it's learning to have that wisdom to know when to speak and when not to speak, but yet at the same time, not allowing circumstances to distract you from the purpose and the call that is on your life. It comes down to you have to value yourself and what you've done to offer your own life and all the people that your life intersects with. So again, it comes down to valuing yourself and what you have to offer your own life and all of the people that your life intersects with. It's not all about you, but it begins and it starts with you. Remember, the reason you grow yourself is so you can have the life that you desire, so you can fulfill every purpose on the inside of you. You don't change yourself for others. You do it for you. The benefit is others will be influenced by the growth that you choose to do. So continue to grow and get out of the rut and learn how just to walk where God's called you to walk in the full calling and purpose of your life, but break the cycle and get out of the rut and just stop doing the same old, because it's all you know. You can learn a new pathway.